Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here, and if that's the case, I'm really glad to have you here. We already have another favorites video here today. Normally I'm a little bit slower than the average YouTuber with favorites videos, but I feel like I've been testing out a lot of products that I love lately, and I'm really excited to talk to you guys about. So honestly, while we do have, of course, skincare, makeup, hair care, I feel like most of my favorites are things that are not any of those things, so more lifestyle related favorites. So hopefully there will be a little bit of something for everyone in this video. If you want to see what my top 20 current favorites are, you're in the right spot. We're going to jump right into that. But before we do, if you like beauty content like hair care and skincare, or you just like hanging out with me, make sure to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. Those things really help to support me so that my videos are actually recommended to others. So thank you so much for doing that. And you should definitely come hang out with me on Instagram and TikTok. My username is Abby Young on those platforms too. My hands are so weird right now. Username right here. Let's jump into it. Okay, let's talk about skincare first, and my first of actually only 3 skincare favorites that I have to talk about today, which is the COSRX BHA Blackhead Power Liquid. So this says, this liquid oil helps to remove oil and deeply cleanse while moisturizing the skin to make the pores appear smaller. So this has salicylic acid in it as well as niacinamide, so going to help with oil control and clogged pores. The reason why I love this, aside from just needing those benefits, especially lately, I feel like around my nose and on my nose, extra blackheads these days. I'm not sure what that's about, but I love this because it's a leave-on product. I feel like we have so many salicylic acid cleansers, and while I enjoy those, of course, when you're rinsing them off, you're not going to see the same benefit as you would if you were to leave salicylic acid on all day or overnight. So I really, really love this. I would highly recommend it if you want a leave-on product that has salicylic acid and niacinamide combined. And my second skincare favorite is also related to acne. I actually have a breakout coming right now. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see that on camera, but I see it. I can spot breakouts coming from a mile away. I'm like, you thought. I'm trying to stop it in its tracks right now with this. So this is from the Inkey List. It's called their Succinic Acid Acne Treatment. It's their new spot treatment, and this actually has a new ingredient in it for acne called succinic acid. So that is supposed to help to reduce existing blemish size and control oil production. Plus it also has sulfur and salicylic acid for further assistance. So I've been applying this on all of my upcoming breakouts the second I see them forming beneath the surface, because I'm very, very good at spotting them. This is actually green, but it fully rubs into the skin. So once it's fully rubbed into the skin, you're not left with a green spot on the skin, which was what I was worried about when I first applied it. So I was like, dang, can I only use this at night? But nope, you can wear it during the day, no problem, and you will not have a green spot on your face. Don't worry about that. So how I have been using this is on breakouts that are coming through the surface or are already there, and then I will put my Mighty Patch on top of it, which I talked about in my last favorites video. Any sort of pimple patch will do, a hydrocolloid dressing. The combination of those two things really, really helps to prevent these breakouts that I get all the time from forming fully and as severely. So if you've been getting a lot of breakouts recently, which I know so many of us have over the past year with face masks, then I would definitely check this one out. And then my last skincare favorite was actually kind of a surprise. So it's from Honest Beauty. It's their Calm On Foaming Cream Cleanser, and I really enjoyed this when I first reviewed it for you guys. Side note, if I have reviews on any of the products that I talk about, which there are several of, I will make sure to list those in my description box below if you want to know more details and more about the ingredients. But when I first used this, I really, really liked it. Really nice replenishing ingredients. I didn't know that this was going to be such a quick favorite for me after testing that out for the first couple times. I have reached for this the most over the past couple months, aside from my salicylic acid cleansers, out of any other cleansers that I have. It feels so, so nice and soft, and whenever I use it, my skin feels supple, which is kind of crazy because it's just a cleanser that you rinse off the skin, but my skin always feels so nice after I use it. And this has never, ever irritated my skin, which says a lot because pretty much every other cleanser has. So what I was thinking about this one is, for those of you that have tried the Vanna Gentle Facial Cleanser, which is my all-time holy grail, but feel that that one is a little bit too drying for you, you have to try this. Such a good alternative because it does the same kind of thing for me, and that it's great for sensitive skin, but it does feel more moisturizing, has a creamier formulation, going to be better for those of you that have dry skin, but I'm combo leaning oily and I love this thing so much. So if you need a new nice cleanser, this one is so good. Okay, now let's talk about makeup favorites. So this right here, I am sure some of you immediately recognize the packaging if you're into makeup, because this went totally viral, but is completely worth the hype in my opinion. It's from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's called their Brow Freeze Brow Styling Wax, and this is just such a unique product. I don't have anything like it. I've never tried anything like it. Sorry, my hands are so shaky. I don't know if that was quivering on camera. I don't know what's going on with my hands right now. I had more caffeine than normal today, that's what. Anyway, so this is a really great product for a couple different reasons. So you could just use this as a brow gel. If you feel like your brows are always kind of going all over the place, brow colors slipping and sliding, not lasting all day, you will never have that problem again because this locks your brows in place. But it's not something that is so intensely strong holding. I don't know if that's the right word. It's not so intense that when you remove it, you have to worry about it pulling off your eyebrows too, because that was a concern of mine. As someone with sparse brows, I don't have a single brow hair to lose, so I have not experienced that with this, but this keeps your color and your brows in place all day long. They are not going to budge. But my favorite way to use this is actually to add some fullness to the brow. Again, because of how sparse my brows are. So I'll just apply the tiniest bit of this. Seriously, the littlest bit goes the longest way with this, so it will last you a long time. And I'll pick that up on an eyebrow brush, add a little bit, and then I'll go ahead and apply my brow color on top of that. And it just fluffs up my brows unlike any other product that I have tried. I have zero fullness to the brow. No brow hair, no fullness, plus they're light in color. It's like, great. So if you have similar brow struggles to me, you have to check out this product. It is amazing. Next, I'll just open it right away. Do you guys a favor. So this is the Tartelette Juicy eyeshadow palette that recently launched, and it's juicy. This is such a gorgeous palette, but it's wearable every day, no crazy pops of color. Exactly what I'm talking about, my favorite kind of thing. So I did recently upload a swatch and review on this, and I did 2 looks using this palette because I was so excited about it. I'm a sucker for palettes like this, and I feel like they're so difficult to find these days. So this is going to be for those of you that need an everyday palette that has multiple different looks that you could create with it, because you can make this go blush tone, you can make it go mauve, you can make it go more neutral / brown. You have a lot of different options, but all of those options are wearable. So if that is what you've been looking for and you feel like you haven't really been able to find it all in one spot, Tartelette Juicy, man. And then my last makeup favorite is this. Okay, so I saw that this launched. I was just walking through Target and saw that they had a new display for this. It's the Maybelline Lash Sensational Sky High Mascara. And if you have been a frequent viewer of my channel, you know what my favorite mascara of all time is. The Maybelline Lash Sensational Original Mascara. Still my favorite. This didn't beat it, but when I saw this, I was like, I need to try that. So I'll show you guys the difference in wand. This is just a really long, skinny, flexible wand versus my all-time favorite Baby, which has more of a curve to it. This really does add a ton of length to my eyelashes, but on the flip side, it doesn't add any volume at all. I always use 2 mascaras together no matter what, but if you're looking for an all-in-one mascara, this is probably not going to be it. But I paired this today with the other Maybelline Lash Sensational, and I feel like my lashes are extra long today, but they have the fullness that I need from the other mascara. So if you want a really nice lengthening mascara, I do think this one is great. Now for a new favorite, self-tanner. If you have been around for a while, you know how picky and particular I am about self-tanners. I have a full laundry list of categories that my self-tanners need to meet in order for them to become favorites and for me to actually recommend them to you guys. They can't have that nasty smell. They have to develop evenly. I prefer them to not have a color guard because I don't want them to stain anything. They have to fade evenly. They have to develop to a really nice dark deep color but can't be too orange. And I found a new favorite. I'm impressed that I found a new favorite. Tanologist has been my absolute favorite for over a year at this point, and while I still love that so much, this is going to be for those of you that want an even easier application process because they're drops. So these are the Isle of Paradise self-tanning drops. You apply these actually to lotion, and then you'll just apply that all over your body with your bare hands. So after you shower, instead of just putting on your lotion, mix in some drops of these, put that on, and it is such an easy process. Definitely a little bit intimidating if you've never used drops before because number one, there's no color guard to guide you. And number two, you're using bare hands. You're like, am I gonna get this on evenly? But if you just are careful about making sure to apply the lotion all over every inch of your body, it develops perfectly for me every time. It gets to such a nice dark, deep color. It's so, so good and the easiest way to apply self-tanner, in my opinion, and just the least hassle. So if that is of interest to you, you have to try these out. The shade that I have here is medium. I do actually have all of the shades. I think that this one is perfect for me in the winter time when I don't want to look like I just came home from a tropical vacation. I'm so pasty naturally, so that if I'm that dark, it's like, are you going in a tanning bed? Which you guys know I would never do. So I like something that is slightly, believe it or not, more subtle in the winter months, and that is medium for me, but it still gets really dark, and then the dark shade is perfect for summertime. So if you guys want to see a full in-depth review on Isle of Paradise drops, I can show you all three of the colors, show you how to apply, how they fade, all of that. Let me know, I can definitely do that because self-tanner season, it's approaching, baby. So I'm happy to do that, let me know, but otherwise until then, I still recommend. Okay, now let's move on to hair favorites, starting off with what I would consider to be a true oldie but goodie. It's the ACV by DP Hue Apple Cider Vinegar Hair Rinse. So this is something that you can use actually in place of shampoo, and it's designed to really help to remove impurities and buildup that accumulate on the scalp throughout the week if you're an infrequent hair washer or just from hair care products. I don't use this in place of shampoo. Since I only wash once a week, I still need a shampoo to fully get the scalp fresh and clean, but when I combine this with a shampoo, perfection. All the buildup's gone. I feel just not squeaky clean to the point of being stripped and dry, but as squeaky clean as I can get before that starts to happen. But my hair looks so nice after I use this because it has other great ingredients in it to add shine, help to strengthen the hair. It's such a nice product. So if you want something to help to further the cleansing ability of the products that you're already using, just a little extra bonus. What am I saying right now? If you feel like you're in need of a deep cleanse, it's not going to strip and dry out your hair, and also is going to help to make sure that you can go longer between washes. So if you're someone that gets greasy really quickly after washing your hair, adding something like this can be so, so helpful. Next is two different products from Olaplex, and I'm going to talk about them at the same time because my favorite way to apply them and the reason why they're a favorite is because of how I apply them together, which I'll get into in a second. So it's their number 6 Bond Smoother and number 7 Bonding Oil. If you happen to watch my last Olaplex review where I reviewed actually all of the products from their brand, you might be a little bit confused as to why these are in my favorites video because I wasn't fully sold on these products in that video when I reviewed them for my hair type, when I was using them for a blow dry primer basically. Didn't love it in that way because I did feel like this combo kind of weighed down my fine hair, which is easily weighed down. But I started using these overnight as kind of an overnight treatment. Chef's kiss. The combination is amazing. So I will just take a very small amount still of number 6 and add a few drops of the number 7 Bond Smoother. Rub that together in my hands, warm it up, emulsify it, and then I will just rub that throughout my hair, sleep on it overnight, and the next morning my hair feels like butter. So if you feel like midweek, as you start to go along between washes, your ends are starting to get a little bit frazzled and frayed, which definitely happens to me. That's normal when you're not conditioning your hair every single day. This, oh my goodness, not only are you getting the ingredients in here which are going to help to soften and condition the hair, but you're getting the bonus of the bond repairing ingredient as well. Amazing for damage prevention. So holy crap. I'm so glad I tested it out that way. Highly recommend. I swear it is not a favorites video unless I have a new hair tie or hair brush to talk about. So these are hosiery elastics from Scoonchy, and I've talked about hosiery elastics before, but these were the hosiery elastics that I owned. I'll show you guys the difference between these new ones I discovered. So you can see they're definitely thicker, and they have this braided material, which makes them even better at gripping the hair and holding the hair up. So if you had tried these and they just didn't give you enough grip, these are such a great alternative. They definitely secure the hair better, especially if you're going to be working out or something, but they're still really, really gentle because they're a nice soft material and they don't have that traditional elastic in them. Plus, are these colors not the cutest? You guys know I love a good neutral moment, so I will try to find the exact pack that I purchased that had all of these colors in it below, but oh, these have been so, so great. And my last hair care favorite is a robe. Some of you know where I'm going with this. Some of you were like, huh? So this, I'm just gonna make this robe a favorite because this is also something I recently got from Target, and I love this robe. It's so, so comfortable. Also, it smells amazing. It smells like my lotion and body wash. But I have been using this for robe curls. So I've really been into testing out heatless styling options lately. I'm gonna make a video on it, but I started experiencing some really negative effects of using rice water and too many products that had added protein in them on my hair. I've started experiencing a lot more breakage than I was before. And while I loved the rice water for those 2 months, and when I made that video, I was obsessed. I thought I saw really, really good results. I just was testing out so many things for the sake of reviews that I had been requested to review. The combination did not work with my hair, and I experienced a lot of breakage as a result, and I still am. I mean, thankfully I have a lot of hair, so it's not the most noticeable thing ever, but I'm obviously noticing it. So one of the things that I'm doing to help to prevent future breakage is to use less heat on my hair. You're like, okay, get back to the robe. So I have been using this for robe curls, and it works so well. So maybe I'll do a video, or I could include this. I do want to do a video on how I style my hair throughout the week. I could include this in that video, or I can do a whole separate video on protective hairstyles and heatless styling options. Let me know what you would like to see, but basically you just wrap this around the robe. It's really, really easy. Twist it around, and I have been using these hosiery elastics to secure my hair to the robe. I sleep in it, and as somebody who has a really hard time sleeping, I feel like I'm the princess and the pea. Like the tiniest thing will bother me. I hear a drip of a faucet and I'm like, who's there? I sleep super comfortably in this, so no problem with that. And it curls my hair so well. So if you have been trying to figure out some different ways to style your hair without heat, you gotta try robe curls. I know I'm late to the game. I feel like I'm late to the game with everything, let's be honest, but really, really good way to style the hair without heat. Okay, that is it for all of my beauty favorites. So now let's move on to everything else. Lifestyle, miscellaneous favorites. I get so excited to talk to you guys about these things because I feel like I don't really have a chance to that much otherwise. So let's start off with books. And my first favorite, oh my gosh, this was so good, called The Wife Between Us. This story, you guys know I love a good twisty thriller novel. That's exactly what this is. This has a couple different twists in it that I just did not see coming. The first one especially, my mouth literally dropped open while I was reading it, which doesn't happen to me often because I read so many books like this. I feel like the more I read, the more I can start to predict certain things. Not here, this fully had me shook. So I want to read the back because this describes it perfectly, and I'm kind of bad at describing settings. This is also set in New York, which I really love as a Midwestern gal, the big city feel, which I don't get here. So it says, when you read this book, you will make many assumptions. You will assume you're reading about a jealous ex-wife. You will assume she is obsessed with her replacement, a beautiful younger woman who is about to marry the man they both love. You will assume you know the anatomy of this tangled love triangle. Assume nothing. So good. Oh my gosh, I could not put this down. Next is Ruth Ware's latest novel called One by One. She is easily one of my top 5 favorite authors. She does the suspenseful thriller novel perfectly. So many of the books she's written, I love so much. This one is so good. It's definitely different than a lot of her other books, but I really, really loved it. So it's set in the French Alps, and the first page, this is not ruining anything, I promise, this is how the book is set up, is that you know that there was an avalanche and you know the number of casualties that there were, but you don't know who, and that's what you're going to have to figure out as the book goes on, one by one. So it's like, you know, the number of people that the book starts off with because they introduce all the characters, they make it really clear how many there are. So you're like, who were the 6 or 4? I don't remember the number off the top of my head, but really, really good book and just a nice little winter escape read. And then my last book favorite is actually a cookbook. So I went on a cookbook frenzy a few weeks ago. I don't really have that many cookbooks. True Roots and True Comfort from Kristen Cavallari were the only ones that I owned before, and I needed inspiration for healthy recipes, and that's exactly what this gives me. So this is called The Defined Dish, and it has so many good, healthy, wholesome, hearty recipes in it. Amazing photos. I love that they actually have photos for all these recipes because I want to know what I'm getting myself into, you know? And everything that these pages smell so good. I was that girl growing up sitting there smelling her books. Just me? Okay. Eli has actually loved everything that I have made out of this, so if you cook for a significant other who is not impressed by healthy cooking, I think that you will be pleasantly surprised how much they love these recipes. Next favorite, look at me talking about electronics. It is an extra long charger cord, and this I specifically got from Target. They have other colors as well if you don't want pale pink. I get it, I know. But this has held up so well, and I have tried so many extra long charger cords over the years. I feel like all of them broke within the first couple months. I've had this for I think 5 to 6 months now. No signs of wear and tear, no signs of breakage. This thing holds up so well. I think we can all agree that 3 feet as a default charger length from Apple is offensive. Like, who can reach that? Honestly, you can't use that anywhere. So I just basically drag this thing around my apartment with me. I'm like, come on, because I need it everywhere. And how long is this even? Well, according to my wingspan, which is almost 6 feet, this has got to be a 9-foot cord. You'll be able to tell in the product description, of course, if you wanted to buy this. But oh my gosh, thank goodness I found one that doesn't freaking break the second I buy it. Next, oh my goodness, is this neon pink water bottle. I'll just say right now, yes, they do have a lot of other colors that are not nearly as neon and bold as this one, and I actually almost did not buy this. I was this close to getting the all white version. I love a clean white aesthetic, but I've had a white water bottle before and they get really dirty. At least mine do, as a klutz who drops things all the time. So this is a simple modern water bottle. I love simple modern drinking accessories. Is that what we would say? Their tumbler, favorite ever. I showed this in an Amazon favorites video in the past. And I love them because they're quality, they hold up well, they keep your drinks as cold as Hydro Flask, but they're not as stuck up about their pricing as Hydro Flask. So if you want an affordable alternative to Hydro Flask, simple, modern water bottle. And come on, how cute is this? Even if you don't like pink, you have to admit this is fun. I just needed something to make me think of summer because of the polar vortex that was happening for like almost a month, I swear. So this actually comes with this as the default lid, so it has a straw, but they have a lot of different attachments available, which I loved. So if you wanted a different option, and then of course this completes the pink aesthetic, this one does not have a straw, just that open mouth. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have this with me all the time in the summer on my little walks. So cute. Next is a long sleeve workout top from Target, and if you're wondering why I'm talking about something that still has tags on it, well, it's not because I bought 5 more of the exact same top. I didn't do that. That's how you know I'm obsessed with something. So this is from Target. It's their All in Motion activewear brand, and it's a long sleeve fitted top that is seamless. Material is so comfortable. It stretches so well. As someone who's 5'10" I can proudly say that this is tall girl approved. Super comfortable. And okay, normally I don't read stuff like this on the labels. It says moisture wicking with ventilated design. I'm like, yeah, whatever, really. But it actually does that so well, and I've noticed that even when I get super sweaty while wearing this, I don't feel like the sweat is pooling like it does in other shirts. So, oh my gosh, I love this so much. I wore it yesterday on my first outside run of the season. It was 20 degrees and it felt like 60 after this polar vortex, but it was amazing. This is all I need in a long sleeve. Oh my gosh. I have size extra small also. I think it fits perfectly. It's definitely very fitted, but I'm not busting at the seams. So I would say pretty true to size, but if you want it to be a little bit of a looser fit, so you have a little bit more breathing room, I would go up a size. And then this color is just black. And then I also wore these on my run yesterday, but this was it was a slight mistake. So, okay. These are from Aerie. It's their offline range, and you guys know if you watched my last favorites video that I have been living in their offline leggings. They're so comfortable. Oh my gosh, the material, perfect. But they're not as expensive as something like a Lulu legging or an Athleta legging. Much more affordably priced, but still really durable and so comfortable. So this I searched for after I edited that last favorites video. This is what I do. I edit these videos and I'm like, how can I get more of that? It's a problem. I found that they have these joggers. So it's like a sweatpant and a legging combined because it's the same super soft material as their offline leggings, but with a looser fit. So it has this band that overlaps. It has pockets, little cinched ankle. I cannot stop wearing these. These are so comfortable. So if you want something that's a little bit roomier than a legging but has that same super soft, comfortable feel, you're going to be in love with these. And these kept me warm for about 20 minutes on my 20-degree run yesterday, but after that, I lost all feeling in my legs. So while I would say probably for the average person who doesn't live in the tundra, they're a really good pair of leggings or joggers to have for running outside when it's a little bit chillier. Maybe wait till it's like 30 degrees. Otherwise, I love these so much. And my very last favorite is a brand new pair of slippers. It was time. I needed a new pair, but I wasn't fully sure what to get. I did try to get a pair of slippers on Amazon that shed horribly, and it was the same crisscross design. The slippers that went viral on TikTok, I was like, these shed so bad. So I went for a Target pair instead. Did I already say that this is from Target and their Stars Above brand? It is, if I didn't, and these don't shed at all. So made amazingly well. They'll actually hold up, super comfortable. They have this leopard print and they have just cream as well. I hope they come out with more colors because these are amazing. These are a little bit big. So this is the large size, 9-10, but I would say I have 8.5 to 9 size feet, and they are a little bit big. So maybe if you're kind of on the half size range like me, go with the lower one, unless you like a bigger fitting slipper. But so happy I found a pair that doesn't shed, that's super comfortable. All right, you guys, that is it for this video. Those are all of my top 20 current favorites. I really hope that you enjoyed it and found a thing or two that you were excited to get your hands on. If you did find something, of course, let me know what that is or what those things are in the comments below, and I will have everything linked in order of mention in my description box per usual. So also, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, send my channel to a friend. You guys know the drill. Thank you so much for your support. Stay tuned for my next video because that will be up in a few days, but until then, I hope you have a great few days.